Hello, my beautiful loves. So this reading is all going to be about the cross watcher for the month of June. How do they feel about you? What are their intentions? And how will your connection go for the month of June? So go to their zodiac sign to see what's going on with them. All right. So let's start out. If you are with an Aries, if you are with an Aries, or you're dating an Aries, or you meet an Aries, they feel like your looks are changing. When they see you, they feel like you look different. I don't know why that's coming up. Some of you guys could be going through a glow up. Some of you guys could be making little changes to you. And if you are, you could be changing your hair. This person notices, okay? Let's see what else is going on when it comes to this person. Okay. They're going to be communicating to you in the month of June. You guys are going to be communicating with an Aries, and this is somebody who is going to pour into you. This could be a new connection, Aries. I'm only saying that because I see a vision of you two sitting down at a table, and it's like you're getting to know each other. So you could be meeting somebody. You could, if you're this Aries, how am I supposed to say this? Because now I confused my own self. If you are dating an Aries, this situation could be new for both of you. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, this Aries getting to know you, just so that you will know if you are dating an Aries, you're not their only option. This person is seeing what's best for them, but they are going to support you and they are going to be giving into you. But by the energy, they're also going to spy on you. All right. They're going to be spying on you. They're going to be communicating with you. And they're going to feel like they're lucky to have you, but they want to know, you know what it is with this Aries? They could be confused about if you're hiding things. They feel like you have something that you are hiding. There's something very mysterious about your personality to this Aries. They just find you mysterious. Like, are you hiding something? Are you hiding someone? They don't trust you completely, which will make sense if you're just starting out dating this Aries. This is why they feel this way. They don't really know. They may even struggle to know what your intentions are. All right. Let me see what else comes out for this Aries. If you're dating an Aries, yeah, I knew it. No strings. No strings. And this person could be working on their credit. All right. They could have also had someone in their family that died, somebody close to them. They could have a father that passed over. And they have been worried and just thinking. And I don't feel like it has anything to do with you. I feel like they've been worried and losing sleep over their life. And it could even be with this Aries that they're going through big changes. They're going through big changes in their life, and they could be afraid of what's to come, of the future. They're just thinking about money. They're thinking about their love life. They're thinking about where do they want to live. This is like a person who feels like they need to get their life together, but they could just be in their head a lot. This Aries is in their head a lot about what their next move should be. How can I fix my credit? Will I be able to move? Like, they could be going through big changes in their life. All right. So if you notice that you're around this Aries and they seem like they're preoccupied, or it seems like there's a lot on their mind, that's what's going to be going on in their mind. Who they can trust. What is their next moves going to be? They're going to see you as a soulmate. Because when you guys do link up together, when you guys do link up together, things are going so well. But at times they may withdraw. And like I said, if they do withdraw, they're withdrawing because they're just going through a lot on the inside. It's important for you to know this about this Aries. They're going through their own emotional storm, just about themselves, just about their life. But they like you. They like you. But do I see a title yet? No. I don't see commitment with this person yet. All right. I don't see a commitment. Let me see. What else do you need to know about this person? What else do you need to know? That they want to make love to you. They're very attracted to you. They want to make love to you. They're very attracted to you. What is this Five of Wands about? There's competition in the background and you may not know. Five of Wands is like there's people in the background that's competing for them. All right. They could be connected to other people in the background. But they're not in a relationship. This Aries is single. If you want to know if this Aries is single, they are single. But they could be ending something. There could be some drama with an ex, and they could be going through a big breakup. And they're just waiting for all that mess in their background to die out before they give you more love. All right. Let's see what else. They like music a lot. You are protected, and Spirit wants you, your advice is to give it time, and you are protected, okay? So you are protected. Go slow, give it time. But let's see. What could the possible outcome be with you two? And what do they like about you the most? What do they like about you? Oh, see, I knew it. I'm not ready for a serious commitment. I just want to have fun. And I'm not happy with myself, and it's affecting my actions. I knew it. If you're into fitness, they love the fact that you are into fitness. They love cuddling with you. At times, they may feel like you can do better than them. And it's two cards of I'm not ready for commitment. And they're going to love having meaningful conversations. All right? And they definitely, ultimately, they do want a relationship. They're just not ready to commit right this second. And it looks like they're weighing their options. So if you want to know what's going on with this Aries, why do they seem a little... They also may feel like you have a short temper. That just came out. You look like you're curious about life. What about their shadow? What shadow of them do you need to be aware of? What's their shadow side? What's their shadow that the cross watcher needs to be aware of this Aries? They gossip a lot. Their shadow is that they gossip a lot. This person needs to be careful of listening to fake news and believing it. And they're too trapped in their head. Their shadow side is that they're always trapped in their head, and they're very limited with the way that they think at times. And they struggle with insecurity. So they need to be careful of gossiping or listening to gossiping, internalizing fake news, and being trapped in their head too much. That is their shadow side. I don't know about this connection. I just feel like the biggest thing that I feel doing the reading is that I just feel very, very disconnected. You're going to feel very disconnected with this person. You may even, like in the beginning, you may feel very intrigued. It looks like they have really good conversation. They give off like an alpha male type of energy, but they're not fully where they want to be, which is okay because we're all work in progress. But they also seem like they spend way more time in their head than getting things done. I feel like when it comes to this situation, and it could turn out any way, but I just feel like boredom, like you'll end up getting bored with this person, and you'll lose direction of like, well, where are we going? What is this going to become? And you might end up getting bored and just releasing them. But let's see, what's the outcome going to be for you two? Because this person seems like this Aries seems like they take a long time to make decisions. And they're going through so many changes in their life that the changes might not even settle down until the next six months to a year. So it might take this person a little longer to get serious. So it shows love. It shows strengthening your bond. It looks like this person is going to be working on their confidence. They're going to work on their confidence. They're going to heal how they communicate, and they're just going to be observing you. So for the month of June, you guys will have challenging times, but you will find balance in it. All right. They're going to be watching you, observing you. I just feel like they have a lot of love to offer. They're going to heal the way that they communicate, because at first this person is not so open and vulnerable. They're not so open and vulnerable at first. They need to trust you. All right. So that's how the connection is going to flow for the month of June. And their intentions is just to have fun. They just want to connect. They want to have fun. And they're not looking for something completely serious. And this does seem new. This seems like new energy. All right. If you're dealing with an Aries. If you are dealing with a Taurus. Stir it up. If you're dealing with a Taurus, this Taurus can be into music. They love music, or they can work in the music industry. This Taurus. They're going to find you very, very attractive. They're going to be very, very flirtatious with you. They're going to love the way you look with them. Like, that's one thing. They're going to be really big when it comes to how you look. They're going to be big on your appearance. They love how you dress. They love how you put yourself together. You are their ideal type physically. You are definitely this Taurus's ideal type physically. All right. If you do make love to this person, if you're already making love to this person, they love making love to you. They really do. And they love to please you. Pleasing you is something that is going to make them feel fulfilled. Let's see what else, because that's what I pick up intuitively. If you are dealing with a Taurus, they may feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Ooh, why does it show release? Hold up. Left out in the cold. Okay. So when it comes to this Taurus, do you think that they're toxic and you're expecting the worst from them? Or do they feel that way about you? Is this somebody that there was so much beauty in the beginning of the connection, or when you meet this person? If you didn't meet this person, there's going to be so much beauty in this connection. Let me tell you, is it inconsistency that's going to be the downfall? Let me see if this is a reconciliation, or it's just somebody that it's going to fall apart. Like something that starts fast and beautiful but falls apart. Let me see. What is the overall energy with this Taurus? Express your love. Getting to know each other. See, this is condescending, right? Because this one says getting to know each other. They're going to express their love, forgiving and learning, and it also shows wedding. So there's a possibility for this connection to ascend. I don't know if you've been through cycles with this person. I don't know if you feel as if in the past you were dealing with this Taurus and you had to release them because you felt that they were very, very toxic. And you had to cut them out in the past, but it looks like they send you out a message and you guys link up. You could have been giving this person, you could have been giving this Taurus the silent treatment at a point. You guys went through a standoff. So this Taurus is somebody that you know. And if you don't know, or you meet a Taurus, come back and check within June to see the flow of it. All right. Because this could be predicting something that happens where you guys come together. Things are so good. And then all of a sudden you release them. You guys are struggling with communication. You release them because you feel like they're toxic. And then they try to come back and offer you like a more evolved version of themselves. All right. Let's see. Let's get the details. Let's get the tea. Yep, there's history. With this Taurus, there's history. It shows twin flame. You guys might have a really strong bond. I knew it. Round and round cycles. I knew it. I'm like, what? This person triggers you. You trigger this person. You guys have lots of lessons. You guys separate. I even feel like you guys separate. You've tried to date other people, and somehow, some way, you two end up coming back together. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like. There was silent treatment. See, love-hate relationship. 1 minute you're done. You can't take this person no more. You got to find a way to move on. You feel so ashamed of the things that you have to put up when it comes to this person. You know, you could have blocked them before. That's how you'll know who they are. You block them. You block them and you are starting to pour into yourself and love yourself. And then you were focusing on your family if you have children. And this person was wishing for you. All right. So for you, if you're dealing with this Taurus, you guys are going to go through cycles together. If you meet a Taurus, you're going to be going through cycles together. And you could be a water sign cross-watching. You could be a water sign or an air sign cross-watching for a Taurus, because I see Cancer, I see Pisces, and I see Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So you could be either of those signs watching in for your Taurus. And let me see. You'll know also this Taurus has a record. They've been arrested before. They could have been arrested or got into issues with their child's mother. All right. They felt really backstabbed by their child's mother. And they're in separation. They could have been going back and forth with a child's mother, child's father, having beef about the child. They could have called the police on them. They could have went through like custody wars, battles, but that's who this Taurus is. Let me see what else. What else do you need to know about this Taurus? In the past, it could have been one-sided. Yeah, there was red flags. That's why you got rid of them. If you had a Taurus and you got rid of them, I knew it. They felt rejected by you if you walked away because you felt like they were toxic, but it shows. It says recommitment. You guys are going to recommit. You guys are going to try this again in the month of June. This will be your backstory. If you were with a Taurus, things could have fell apart. They had things going on in their background that was distracting them from really committing to you the way that you wanted them to commit to you. That's what's going to be showing back up. A Taurus in the month of June is coming back up for you. And you guys are going to try this again. Let's see. What do they love about you? They have pure intentions with you. They're not trying to waste your time if you feel like they are. They love how you stand up for yourself and how you don't BS. And they love having meaningful conversations with you. They wish they had more to offer you. They feel like you're so ambitious. They also think you're so special. They're going to wine and dine you. You're going to be sleeping with this person in the month of June. I feel like you two could have tried to go and meet other people, be with other people, and you both failed. And you two are going to end up coming back together again. And let's see. You two end up coming back together again. Let's see. What is this person's naked truth? Telepathic communication. Even when this person's not around, you feel their energy and you sometimes hear them in your head. All right. I knew it. It says, I'm going through a lot right now. I need space and time to gather my thoughts. If you release this person, it's because they needed to clean up their life. They had a lot of things. It's like they're trying to start something new with you, but they have some open doors in their past that's going to prevent you guys from moving forward. And then at times you're going to feel like it's one-sided and they're not investing as much as you because they're so preoccupied by all the distractions in their background. All right. And they may even pretend and act like they don't like you at times, but they're very obsessive over you. They're very protective over you. They're very obsessive over you. And they do stalk you. All right. And they struggle, like they had a really tough childhood. This person's intentions are pure. They have pure intentions for you. I just feel like their conditionings, the way that they were raised, their baby mother or baby father drama may be the struggle in this connection. I also hear I can't tell how you feel. Sometimes they don't know how you feel. Cross watcher, they don't know how you feel. All right, so let's see. 3 cards for the month of June of what you can expect with a Taurus. In the month of June, what can you expect with a Taurus? What is the connection going to be like in June? Yeah. You're gonna be working on this. There's more communication and you guys are gonna come back around together, but you're still gonna be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Deep down inside, you really want this to work out, but you're willing to walk away if the commitment is not as solid and strong as you need it to be. That's how you feel. And you're going to communicate this to them. So you're going to be honest. There's lots of honest communication. Lots of honest communication back and forth between you two. They also know that they're the problem. They know that. So, let's see what else comes out. What's their hidden truth? I can't get enough of you. I feel sexual tension. I see you guys making a lot of love in the month of June. Yeah, and they don't want it to be over, okay? So let's see, what is your outcome in June with the Taurus? What is your outcome? The outcome is in June, you guys are going to release each other. You have lessons that you're going to learn, and then you are going to come back together again, and they're going to take the lead. So you guys have an ending. You have a death and a rebirth in your connection with this person. What else do you need to know? Yeah, I did say some of you guys can be an air sign. You could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius who's dating an earth sign. All right. And how do they see you right now? How do they see you? What do they hope for? How do they see you and what do they hope for? How do they see you? Ooh, they see you as wifey. They're going to communicate this to you. They see you as wifey. They see you as honest. They see that they can have peace and happiness. And they're going to work on this with you. All right. What's your advice? If you are dealing with a Taurus, what is the advice? You are not asking for too much. All right? So they say you are not asking for too much. Don't let this person make you feel like you're asking for too much because you're trying to get your needs met. If this person, Spirit is just basically saying that's why you have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Because you may feel like this person can't really give you all that you really want. That's what you're going to go through. This is why you're going to be indecisive All right. If you are dealing with a Gemini, there's lots of silence. I watch you when you're asleep. Some of you can have a friends with benefits that is a Gemini. This can just be a friends with benefits connection. Somebody that you hold near and dear to your heart. This Gemini, they love your nurturing touch. They love how you love them. That's how this Gemini is going to feel about you. You bring them safety. You make them feel like everything is going to be okay. Like, that's one thing they love about you, that you're very, very comforting to them. They find you comforting, but there's something about this connection that seems a little shady. Like, is the cross watcher or the Gemini already in a relationship? The cross watcher or the Gemini can be in a relationship, and whenever things get rocky and it looks like you guys lean on each other. That's what the energy is giving me. If you deal with a Gemini, let me see. If you deal with a Gemini for June, what's going to happen? There's going to be lots of drama when it comes to communication. I would drop anything I'm doing to be there for you, but I don't think you would do the same. There's love here. So there's love. This Gemini, you already know. This is not somebody new. Yeah. This Gemini loves the affection and the attention that you give them, but they are a juggler. And possibly they could be in a relationship already. So I want to tell you to be careful when it comes to this Gemini. You could be pouring into this person and giving them love. And if you're looking for something solid, it's not to say that it won't get there, but they definitely could be with somebody already. And they have a lot of love for you because of how you treat them. How you treat them. It's like you take their pain away. You could be a Cancer, or you can live at a distance from this person. Why do you guys give me soulmate energy? When they meet you or when they're with you, they feel like you're too good to be true. That's one thing. But it's like, suppose they have a main person. Suppose this Gemini has a main person. Whenever their main person and them go through it, they lean on you. So, let's see what else. When it comes to this, you and this Gemini, they're going to be thinking about you a lot. And they may even, like, so let me go back to that other point. If they do have someone else, right? They use their downtime, even when they're with this other person, to like think about you. You're always trapped in their thoughts. You're always trapped in their mind. They think about the fun times that you guys had. This person is always thinking about you. All right. And it shows Ace of Cups. And it shows King of Wands. So just know that this person is a player. If you don't have any history with this Gemini at all, and they're new in your life, just know that they have somebody else. It's important for you to know that they have somebody else. Even if they are working on things with you, they have somebody else, and they are like player-like. So if they give you the silent treatment at times, you don't hear from this person. If they gaslight you, it's because what you don't know is that they have someone else. And their relationship can be burdensome. It could be stressful. At times it could be toxic. And this is why they lean on you. But when you find this out, you might get defensive and close off to this person. Or that's what it shows. Some of you may get defensive, close off to this person, and then meet an earth sign that is ready for commitment. So that's good news if you're cross-watching for a Gemini. If you find out that this Gemini does have somebody else, you may be upset because they don't always have their time available for you, and you will end up committing and meeting an earth sign who can commit to you. So that's what you're going to go through with a Gemini. If you want to know, let me see what else. Yep. It said, well, now it says past life love. So you knew this person. You knew this person. And you could have felt rejected from this Gemini. And at least you know why. This rejection is actually protection. So if you are trying your best, they're longing for you. They really are longing for you. They're yearning for you. They miss your touch. They miss your voice. If you haven't been around, yeah, it says time apart. If you haven't been around this Gemini and you want to know how they feeling, do they miss you? Yeah, they miss you. They miss you a lot. The distance does hurt them, and they secretly are yearning for you. Even if they are with somebody that they had children with, they could be in like a codependent or toxic relationship. All right. That's what's going to happen in June. Let me see. Let me see what else. Yeah. This Gemini could be struggling with their health. They may have children that could be occupying their time. They have children. One of their children can end up getting sick. They can also be going through a big move. You're going to end up moving on from this Gemini. I don't see you staying with them. Like, even though the connection seems beautiful, you may just be like, let's see the outcome. You may get tired of the inconsistency or the in and out, and it's only because they have somebody else. Let me see. Yeah, be careful with this Gemini. You may feel rejected, but at least you'll know why, you know? You're going to get to your breaking point when it comes to this Gemini. You'll move on. If you move on, they're going to be bitter. They're going to miss you, but they're going to be bitter. They're going to be bitter because they're going to miss their soul connection with you. They're going to miss your nurturing touch. They're going to miss the loyalty that you had and showed to them. And they're going to be missing you if you end up moving on, which you will. Like, whatever you're moving on into, if you're cross-watching, it's going to be way stronger. All right? It's like a step up from what you experienced with this Gemini. So there's parts of this Gemini that you really adore. There's parts of this Gemini that was so special, so sacred, that you hold to your soul, that you hold to your heart. And the new person that you meet they will be everything that you needed. All right. Let's see the outcome. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are going to argue. You're going to argue about this Gemini if you guys try to come back into communication. So it looks like you guys will come back into communication. Yeah, it's just going to be challenging times with this person offering you the love that you actually want. It's going to be a challenge. All right. Let me see. What is this Gemini love about you? Ooh, be careful. I'm playing love games with you to make you want me. If you're into fitness or you are into meditation, they love that. They can find you intimidating at times as well. And if they tell you they're not ready for commitment, just ask them, are they committed already to someone? All right. They love how honest you are. They feel like you have fears about this connection. They love your mind. They love that you are spiritual. I knew it. They miss your voice. And they want to support you and be by your side. They really, really do. It's like you guys have a beautiful connection. If this person would want this to work the whole way, they would need a sacrifice. I see love. Even though they play games, and I see I see love, like they have a love for you. That's what I have if you're dealing with a Gemini. I hear, should I erase their number? Should I delete it? Some of you could be in confusion of what to do. Or they could be. Okay. If you are dating a Cancer, this Cancer is going to make arrangements more so that you guys can see each other more. They're tired of trying to figure you out. If this Cancer was scared or indecisive or in between two relationships, they're finally going to be vocal about you. They were scared. They're going to be releasing either a toxic person that was affecting them or affecting their decisions, or they're going to release a toxic habit and they're going to want to build a firm foundation with you. I like this. They've been waiting on someone like you. This Cancer has been waiting on someone like you. You could be an earth sign watching this. But they've been waiting on someone like you. I feel like this person could have been spying on you. Sometimes you're silent. For you as the cross watcher, I think you work a lot. And when you work a lot and this Cancer doesn't get the attention that they feel they need, they get nervous and they start to latch on to other people outside of them. I hear I can't take being embarrassed. Yeah, I knew it. You have a brand new beginning with a Cancer for the month of June with a lot of love. I see you guys holding hands. You know, one thing you need to know, they're going to be obsessed with you. They're going to be holding hands with you. You know, one thing I see about this Cancer, they're going to be afraid. They're going to be afraid that things don't work out with you. If they latch on to you really tightly, if you feel like this Cancer is investing more time with you, if they seem a little bit more like full of anxiety when it comes to you, it's their fear of losing you. They're very afraid of losing you. I feel like this person can, in the month of June, you're going to find that this Cancer seems a little bit more codependent. They went through a huge awakening. I knew it. They're going to want something stable with you. They're going to take their time and try to work with you. I see you guys going out to eat. You will know if this is for you because you could have been losing hope. You could have been really defensive because you could have been losing hope. I feel like you've seen the potential for a family, a strong foundation in love with this person, but you could have started to lose hope that things can get the way that you wanted it to. So you could have emotionally detached. And this says a love of a life. If you are with a Cancer, the outcome is looking real good. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Like you're going to be emotionally fulfilled and you're going to get the security that you need. And this is something that you're going to wait. You're just going to go with the flow and allow things. But I see you protecting your heart. If you're cross-watching for a Cancer, I see you protecting your heart just in case things end. Or if you went through an ending with this person before, you're going to be more cautious around this second time. I feel like they tried to replace you. I see that. This Cancer could have tried to replace you. This Cancer could have even tried to get back with somebody from their past to see if that was a good fit. I feel like they tried to run away from you and they can't shake you. They cannot shake you. And another thing too, they could have thought that you were being mean because you would call them out. You would call this Cancer out. You would call them out. You would let them know what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. They could have labeled you as difficult, like loved you to pieces, but felt as if you were difficult. So they could have tried to go into a connection where they can have more room to do what they want, and it didn't work out. So now they're leaning on you, like you're their strongest option that they feel like they need to pour into you. If you're dealing with a Cancer, they want to have children with you. See, you've been with this person already, round and round. You guys been in cycles and circles. You could have felt as if this Cancer was moving shady and you did not feel happy with this Cancer at all. You like, baby. But it could have been hard. It could have been hard because you had so many feelings for this person and you felt as if they were being very manipulative. Like they were being manipulative. They were being like shady. You guys have a very, very strong connection. And it's like their true colors showed. And you could have been unhappy. This person always, look, fairy tale. They want the whole fairy tale with you. And they could have been messed up over you if things didn't turn out the way that they hoped in the past. So when they come back around, yeah, they could have thought that it was too late. If you disconnected from this Cancer in the past, they were going through it. They could have even been trying to like sleep with other people to get over you, to not think about you. I'm telling you, they had rebounds. They had rebounds. And this is how they were feeling. That's how they were feeling. They were trying to keep it a secret. They could have had rebounds, trying to not think about you. Let's see what's going to happen with you and the Cancer for June. I just see them like sticking to you hard and them not wanting to lose you and them being afraid. Like, I don't know, maybe they felt like you had high expectations for them and they were afraid if they didn't meet your expectations, you would just leave them for anybody at any given second. And that could have had them feeling like insecure and unsure. But what is the energy? Love and healing. If you're with a Cancer, you're gonna heal things. You're gonna heal things. Yeah, there's gonna be more communication. You may even travel with them. More communication. You guys can travel together. You guys are both gonna be working on this. Let's see, how do they currently see you? How do they currently see you? Let's see. Their intentions moving forward. How they currently see you. Ooh, see? They see you as disappointed. Not wanting to be with them. You could have opened up your eyes and they feel like you getting attention from other people. When you come here, that's how they're going to see you. That you're releasing them and you're opening up your eyes and you're trying to move on from them. They feel like you're holding back and you closed the door on them. That you were really brokenhearted about their actions, even though you love them. All right. And then it shows you giving back in. Or you could be taking a break from giving into this. That's how they're going to see you. Their intentions. They're stressed. They're obsessed. They're obsessed with this taking off. They can't stop thinking about how bad they want this with you. They want this with you. They're going to passionately move towards you to get balance. I hear just don't bring up the past. Please, just don't bring up the past. They want a fresh start. Like, they're going to want to say, like, let's leave the past in the past and let's just start all over again. I knew it. I dream about you constantly. I hate that I have to wake up because it's so beautiful. And then it says the grass wasn't greener. I regret my actions. I'm a fool. I told you they done messed up with you. They did have other options, but they feel like you are different. And they would tell you that I'm used to getting my way, but you put me in my place. Yep. You stood up to this person. You sure did. I was hiding my true feelings from you because I was scared of commitment. And I didn't want to lose my freedom. So this could have been somebody who was struggling to commit to one person. But if you separated from them, they were going through it. All right. Let's see. What's going on? Aw, I want to be in a serious commitment with you. If you're into fitness, they love that. They love cuddling you. I see them cuddling you in the month of June. And the issue was, I don't feel good enough for you. They didn't feel good enough for you before. Before, they didn't feel good enough for you. Before, they weren't looking for anything serious. Before, they were struggling with themselves. They weren't happy with themselves. But they're so in love with you. They're so in love with you. And in the past, they were dating a lot of other people. Let's see what the outcome is for you guys for June. I hear I date around, I hop from person to person, but there's something about you. Like, they feel like they could never just leave you out in the cold like that. They would always return to you. Their soul would always miss you. They will always crave you. This is a person who's going to hold on to you. The outcome shows healing. You're going to heal a connection. You guys will have challenging times. You will have challenging times. You guys will grow through it. If you want to. If you still want to deal with this Cancer, it shows you're going to get your confidence back. Some of you could have moved away from them, took a break from them. You had a lot of fears about this person. You weren't sure about this person. And then your dreams come true with them. All right. So some of you, if you're dealing with a Cancer, maybe you come to this during your time of separation. You wonder, are we going to get back together? What's going to happen? And the truth is, you two will come back together and try to heal this after going through some separation. I see this like, yeah, you guys could have had a breakdown during the retrograde. You guys could have had communication issues during retrograde. This person can have fire in their chart, or they act like a fire sign, even if they are a water sign, and they're going to open up their heart to you. And when they hurt you, they really feel bad about it, and they've never been that way. Let's see what messages I have for you. Let people know it is a privilege and an honor to have you in their life. Your existence holds power. And also, don't allow fear to hold you back. Everything you need, you have everything that you need to pull this off, okay? You have everything that you need in order to make your dreams and your desires come true. And let people know, baby, it's a privilege to be with you, Cancer. That's what I have. I mean, it's a privilege to be with you, Cross Watcher. Okay. If you are with a Leo, Lord have mercy. Lots of love making. If you meet a Leo, oof, and they dress really nice. I like the way they dress. I like the way you two look together. You both be fly as hell. Y'all both be fly. Speaking of fly, you guys can be flying out in the month of June together. You guys are going to be like making love like crazy. I see you both are busybodies. You both are always doing something, like whether it's reinventing yourself, investing in businesses, helping your family out. You guys give me synergy. I see them giving you a kiss like, okay, babe, I gotta go. You could be in a relationship in the month of June with a Leo. All right. You give this person energy. You give this person hope. If you're with a Leo, you give them hope. You give them energy. They could have been suspicious about you in the past. They were judging you. They were judging every single thing that you did. This person was hard on you. You had to go through a cycle with this person where they had to release their ego, because this person could have been afraid of expressing themselves or opening up themselves. This person could have been a runner. They could have tried to run. This Leo tried to run out of fear. They were afraid of you seeing the real them. They were also afraid of you using them. They thought that you just wanted to use them for their money. That's not funny. Why did I laugh? They thought that you just wanted to use them for their money, or you just needed an escape. They thought that they were just your rebound. They thought you just wanted to use them for their money. They thought that you would put them down because they weren't, as sure of themselves as you are. This person was comparing themselves to you. This person was going through an internal war. This person would purposely not call you. They would sit back and wait for you to do something, and if you don't do something, they would curse you out in their head. Like, this person went through hell. Wherever you guys are now, it can be in a better place. Some of you could be contemplating about going back to school, or this person is. Okay, I have more information. If you deal with a Leo, during the separation, they were trying to get their money up and feel more confident in order to like be near you. They hated the way it felt before to be near you. They felt like you probably look at them as like a loser, or they're less than you. They didn't feel like they added up to you, so they would talk shit about you. They would find any reason, anything to like bring you up, and it's just because you were always on this person's mind. You were always on their mind. They would probably complain about you, and it was them all along. They had a lot of and they had narcissistic tendencies. They had to learn how to give up their own needs in order to learn how to give to someone else. It's just too much. Let me just, if you're dealing with a Leo, yep, you guys had whatever, look at all this stuff, all this drama, all this stuff is coming to an end, and you have a solid new beginning. What card was that was about to stick up? Speaking of stick up, this person could have got robbed, or somebody could have tried to like set them up. They could have had an inside job, honey. They could have had, I don't even know if they know this, but if they ever talk about like, yo, somebody tried to set me up, what they don't know is that it was a friend of me who tried to set them up. And this same friend of me could have been like, word, they did that to you. Oh my God, I can't believe that. And then they're yelling at the person in the background like, yo, you're so dumb. You didn't even pull it off the right way. So they could have had a friend of me. Like, if this person is like flashy, or people, like they could have told the wrong person that they're about to come into money, or they're about to do something. And then, yeah, they had some stuff go on. But yeah, they're going to send you out an offer. Let me see. Yeah. Falling in love. In June, you're going to fall in love with this Leo. There's a lot of love between you two. They're going to appreciate you more. They're going to value you more. They're going to pour into you more. What did I say? What did I say? 10 of Cups is a good sign. You know what it is too? If you never met their child, it's because they didn't trust you. So if they start bringing their child around you physically, you know what I'm saying? Because some people can show you pictures of their child and all that, or they can do video calls where you can see their child in the background. But if they put their child like in front of you, it's because they trust you more. Their spirit says they're letting their guard down. They were very guarded with you. They were on guard. They didn't trust you. Now they want to grow a family with you. Now they want this to work. They see you as the Empress. Yeah. And they're going to release this childish ways. Some of you too, be careful. Like, well, you can't be careful if that happens, but when I see Empress and release and Pentacle, Pentacle, some of you can lose a child by this person. But if they were acting very, very immature, very childish, they're going to release that way and charge forward to you. This could be somebody who's going to buy a brand new car, or they have a new car, or they're going to be going car shopping. Because I hear like, oh, I'm not ready to break the bank. So they could be contemplating on buying a car. But they're going to give in to you. That's the biggest thing. All right. So it shows justice. It shows new partnerships, contracts, and a brand new beginning in justice. So there's justice after being disappointed. If this person disappointed you in the past, they're going to show you a whole new side. I just see you boot up. This gives me relationship, like solid, or building a solid foundation. Let me see one thing though. Let me go a little bit deeper. How do they currently see you? Like right now, when the cross watcher comes to watch Leo, how do they see the cross watcher right now? for whoever needs this. How do they see you right now? As a brand new beginning to fall in love. And getting you pregnant. They want growth. This is good. And the same thing, releasing their childish ways. All right. If they were holding back or being stingy with their money, being stingy with their time, they're gonna stop doing that to you. They see you as someone that they should invest in. All right. So there could have been confusion in the past on whether they should try again with you or let you go. And now when you hear from them or if you're around them, you're going to see this, the Emperor. They had to mature. They needed to grow up. That's why, like, some separations can make you or break you. Let me see. What else do you need to know about this Leo? Aw, they're wishing for you. They're wishing that this happens. You know? Yeah. In the past, they didn't want to get serious with you because they were working on their credit. In the past, they didn't feel like they had anything to offer you. They feel like they had nothing to offer you. They feel like, I'm in debt. I ain't got no money. I have nothing to really offer to you. Let's see what else. Yeah, honeymoon. I think you guys are going to go away. You guys can be getting invited out to a wedding. You guys could be traveling, going away together. They could be buying you a pet, or they may have children of their own already. I'm tired of this retrograde card. What does this person love about you? Did I do this already? They love that you're spiritual. They love your voice. They find you to be freakier than their ex. They love that about you. Baby, they feel like they ain't never made no love until they found you, honey. They ex did not do it for them the way you do it. They have so much love for you. They fantasize about spending their life with you. They have a foot fetish, and you always have nice feet. I'm looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend. They love your lips. I now pronounce you husband and wife. They can daydream about what it would be like to marry you, and you make them very happy. I hear, like, is this very ridiculous? But I had a feeling that this person was meant to be with me from the first time I met them. They may tell somebody that, but they lying because they were scared as shit. They trying to front. Let me see. Outcome. Yeah, the outcome is you guys strengthening this bond. And there's an opportunity for you guys to make things right. There's an opportunity for joy. This person, yeah, you guys may get into arguments and clashes about how they need to open up to you more. They need to open up to you more. They need to listen more. Like, this person can get very agitated and angry when you try to talk to them or speak your truth. They get so angry. You could be like a spiritual teacher to this person. Yeah, I hear I'm tired of going back and forth with you. I just see, like, the person just seems way more calmer. Wait, I didn't give you any messages, Leo. Let me see. Spirit says today, decide that the bare minimum is not enough. Declare an upgrade in every area of your life. All right. They also will tell you, you shall not be defeated. Do not play small to make anybody comfortable. I feel like one thing about this person, when you spoke your truth, when you spoke up about things that you felt, this person would get angry and, like, try to shut you down, you know? If you are with a Virgo, if you meet a Virgo, if you're with a Virgo, Why do I hear I declare war? What? I declare war. I want revenge. This is not the way that I expected this to go. I think that you judge me. I think that you're really harsh with your communication. If you are with a Virgo, I hear you're playing with the wrong one. I should have never let my guard down to you. I should have never trusted you. If you're dealing with a Virgo, it's going to be bad. Why does this give me love-hate relationship? If you're with a Virgo, they can be hiding a lot of animosity and anger towards you. One minute this Virgo is done with you and they had enough of you and they should have been left you alone and they should have never even opened back up to you or tried to make it work with you or reach out to you, blah, 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 this Virgo. And in the next minute, they're so excited and they have hope and they're so in love with you. And that was the best feeling they've ever felt in their life. This Virgo has contradicting feelings when it comes to you. I hear boosting their ego. Like this person can have issues with their ego. Or if it's not even that, maybe they feel like you want your ego boosted. This Virgo needs to be careful. Do they? This could be a Virgo who tries to read in between the lines and they come up with their own ideas, their own thoughts that can actually be detrimental to the relationship. They also may internalize your actions a lot. So you could be going through your own thing. You could be going through your own thing. And if you don't show up for them in a way, or if you don't treat them in a way, or if you don't speak to them in the way that they want you to, then you're like the worst human in the world to them. Or suppose you're having a bad day. You're having a bad day, so when you're around them, you're not as open. You could be a little bit more quiet. You could be a little bit more closed off. They will create a whole war. Like, oh, they don't want to talk to me. It's probably because they were just talking to somebody else and blah, blah, blah. Like, this Virgo creates a lot of narratives in their mind that may or may not even be true. So I feel like if you are with the Virgo, communicate more to them. Tell them more how you really feel so that they don't create their own reality, which may not even be real. That's what I want to tell you if you're dealing with a Virgo. Be careful with them. They seem very, very vulnerable. They seem like they can be on edge in a sense. And if you say the wrong thing to them at the wrong time, it can trigger them. They seem like they're easily triggered. And it's because there's a wound inside of this Virgo that has not been healed. They're very defensive. They have a defensive personality. They're like a person, even if you play around with them, they may take it serious, even if you're just joking. They can be very, very like sensitive. Or they can struggle with insecurity at times, and you might say or do the wrong thing at the wrong time, and they'll lose their shit. So let's see, Virgo. If you're dealing with a Virgo, they're daydreaming about you right now. If you're with a Virgo, you know what it is? That's what it is. They daydream a lot. This Virgo daydreams a lot about the reality and love that they want. This Virgo is a hopeless romantic and they think about love a lot. But if what you show them is not adding up to the fantasy that they created in their head, they will lose their shit completely. You know what I mean? It's like, fulfill my wish, fulfill my dream. And if you don't, I hate you. That's how it is with this Virgo. They have their own ideas, their own visions of love. And if you go against it, then they'll possibly even give you the silent treatment. They may just shut down. And if they do give you the silent treatment, if they do shut down, it's because emotionally they're going through it. All right. Yeah. It shows beginning and ending. If you're with a Virgo, it can, as soon as it starts, it can end. If you're also dealing with a Virgo, they're waiting for you to reach out to them. Yeah. If things ended between you and a Virgo, they're waiting for you to reach out to them. They're waiting for you to extend the olive branch because they want to fix this. It's a lot of drama in this connection. It's a lot of drama about effort. Who does more? Who does what? Who does blah, blah, blah. And if things don't go their way, they get very, very angry, disappointed, pissed. When things don't work out their way, they get mad. They cut off their heart. They pull back their energy. Yeah. But if you're dealing with it, even though they act like that, they're still trying to manifest. I knew it. Even though this Virgo acts like that, they're still wishing that you will stand up and offer them something solid and take the lead in the connection. They're manifesting this. They're praying for it. They daydreaming about it all the time. I hear you barely even answer any of my calls. Why you wait so long to text me? This Virgo's feisty. See, with the ego and the Virgo, they're in their ego a lot. They have a lot of fears, a lot of false beliefs, and all kinds of stuff. Ooh, why does it show the Seven of Swords? I think this person, like, you know what it is? Deep down inside, I don't care if this person pushes you away, if this Virgo pushes you away, if this Virgo gives you the silent treatment, if this Virgo tries to act like they don't like you, they like you. That's what they're hiding. How bad they feel like you are a love of life and how bad they want this to work. They just need you to cooperate with them. They just need you to meet them halfway. Don't make them feel like they're in this alone. They really want this connection more than anything. Even if they act defensive, even if they try to push you away, this is what they really want is you. You can be you could be fiery, or you could be a Sag, Aries, or Leo watching this, or you can have Sag, Leo, or Aries in your chart. They want you. They have a lot of love for you, and they feel like rejected and left out in the cold very, very easily. So they could have like abandonment wounds. And when people don't show up for them, it's like they would off you if they could, and then bring you back to life because they love you. That sounds crazy. You may, if you think this Virgo's crazy, they're not. When they really love you, when they choose you, they have high expectations of you. And when you don't meet their expectations, they emotionally lose control. Which you may say like, oh, you're crazy. And they're not crazy. They're just disappointed and angry. And it's a reminder with that abandonment wound that they're not being loved right. And they don't like that. They don't like to feel that pain of the past again. So you got to be careful when it comes to this Virgo. What does it say? Yeah. So you guys could have had a falling out in the past. This Virgo finds you different from the rest of the people that they've ever been with. They find you different. But it, you know, let's see. What do they love about you? What does this see? Purposely holding back. They will purposely hold back in order for you to put in the work. They find you special. They're always fantasizing about a life with you. And they do want to invest in the future. They want something solid with you. And they want to travel with you. And they love you just the way you are. I told you this is like a love-hate. They will hold back from you the whole time. They be daydreaming about you. It's just like, you ain't showing up for me. You ain't acting right. So now I'm going to give you the silent treatment. They do that on purpose. Pop the question. They're looking for marriage. They want marriage. They're going to be sending you love messages. I also hear like, I ghost people so that I can improve myself, not to teach them a lesson. So that's another thing too. They could be defensive about, like, suppose you say like, oh, I know you ghosted me on purpose, or I know you didn't answer me on purpose. Like, oh no, I just had to get something together. It wasn't about you. They'll be, you know. Let's see the outcome. They miss you right now. And if you take too long to like respond to them, it's like they would want to faint. Let's see. I feel bad. Outcome. You could be watching them and observing them. You have fears about investing. You have fears about nurturing this connection. I think you guys might discuss moving in with each other. If you know, and at times you can feel like helpless and hopeless. In the end, you're going to move on. Some of you in the end, you might move on from this Virgo. You might feel helpless and hopeless. Like, you may feel like they're too controlling. Or like if you reach out and then they don't respond and you feel like they're purposely doing that, it could trigger you and you can feel like, damn, you could feel hopeless when it comes to this Virgo. Like if you feel like you have to go through a lot of obstacles, you may feel like hopeless and defeated and feel like, damn, should I just move on? It's like miscommunication. That's what it looked like. How does this Virgo see you right this second, though? Let me see. And this is just for the month of June, so in the month of June, you might try to work things out with them and then just end up moving on if you still feel like there's too many challenges. I hear it again, like you're barking up the wrong tree. You guys might really clash and fall out in June. How do they see you now? See, as defensive. They're confused about you right now. They're going to be texting you, but they're confused. They may ask you to come out. They have fears about you. They may feel a little possessive over you. They feel like you secretly love them, but you're not saying it. They feel like you secretly love them, but you're just not saying it. You're not exposing your feelings, like you're hiding it. And they feel like you're defensive. Like even though you try to act closed off, they feel like deep down inside you actually love them, but you're just trying to hide it. They also feel like you possibly have other options. You possibly have other options, or they can be confused about the situation with you right now. All right. Their intentions is for this to grow and for them to fight for it, though. That's what they really want. But this might break down. This might break down again. If you're cross-watching for a Virgo, what are your cards? What is your advice? It says, take your hands off of it. You did all you can do in the situation. Now it's time to let go and face the reality of the situation. So I don't know, like, I feel like that you could have been through a lot. Be careful of sabotaging the connection. It says you're in a state of sabotage. You know exactly what you want. They also would tell you, stop arguing and fighting. You need to bring more love into this situation. You need to communicate clearly, like, what do you need and what do you want? Because I think that's what's really messing up this connection. Like, it could be saved. It doesn't have to be, like, thrown to shit. But there's, like, communication barriers. Libra, if you are dating a Libra, meeting a Libra, let's see what's going on for the month of June for you and this Libra. I don't hear nothing. I hear nothing. If you're dating a Libra, if you meet a Libra, I don't hear nothing. There could be no communication with this Libra. And if you meet a Libra and then they go silent, like you guys meet and the connection is great, you laugh, you exchange numbers, and then they just close down. They don't do nothing. There's nothing. Let me see. For the month of June, if you meet or if you're with a Libra, what's going on? Shows love. It shows passion. It shows a brand new beginning. It shows the Two of Cups. It shows balance. Communication. Defensiveness. Confusion. You know the energy I get? What I want you to be careful of is if you are excited about a Libra, if this person, you meet them, they come into your life and it's so fun, they're so exciting. If you make love to this Libra and the love making is so good and you feel so in awe of this Libra, you're excited, they're communicating to you, then all of a sudden they just shut down. Be careful of that with this Libra. I don't know, they give me gaslighter energy. This Libra gives me gaslighter energy. Like they're really good at creating. This can be a person who meets people and in the beginning they'll tell you all the things that you want to hear. Like they'll tell you all the things that you want to hear. And they seem so engaged. And then all of a sudden they just get defensive. And then when you text them, it's almost like you feel like you're bothering this person. Or if you call them, you feel like you're bothering them. And you're like, damn, like what's the problem? I thought we were good. That's what it gives with this Libra. Yeah, like this person is very, very secretive. They have secrets. Let me see. This is interesting. I even hear like I know what's bothering you. They may feel like their actions is bothering you, but they give me this Libra, like they could be selfish at times, you know? And not to say that being about yourself is wrong. This person may even have like emotional issues. Like sometimes they shut down, they need to be to themselves. It's like, but it's something to do with their head. They may have emotional issues. They may have mental issues. This could be a Libra that on the outside, they look good. On the outside, they look good. On the outside, it looks like they have it together. But the closer you get to them, you'll start to see that they're not who they say they are or pretend to be. And they actually, let me see. And they'll just have you hanging and waiting to see, like, is it going to turn into something? Like, what are we going to do? You know, they do find you attractive. They find you so beautiful. They find you so intelligent. They find you to be very, very confident, but this Libra is going to disappoint you. They're going to disappoint you. Yeah. And if they do communicate to you, things are just going to end. That's why it's quiet. And it's sad because you can be excited. You could be anticipating more from this Libra. You could be like, damn. Let me see more. For some reason, yeah, you guys are going to be bumping heads. You can have a quick spiritual connection with this person. You can feel love with this person. And then all of a sudden they just turn their back on you. It's so crazy. Yeah, they can just turn their back on you. This person can be sleeping with other people. You want to know something? I see them with the same pattern. I see like whatever this Libra just did with you. I see like this is their pattern and this is what they're going to do with someone else. It even says happily single, doing you, dating, stress-free, setting goals. Like whatever they did to you, they're going to do to somebody else. Just means like this Libra, they give me like a no strings attached type of person. And they have love, but it's like, with this Libra, they're going to meet somebody else and, like they love the honeymoon phase. They love the facade. They love to fake it. They love to act like they're interested in what you got going on. And then all of a sudden they just cut off their feelings. It's just their habit. This is their habit. This is their behavior. This is somebody who likes variety. They like variety. And that's all I can say. I just feel like this is so it's so self-explanatory, where this person is just not like looking for nothing for real. They just like meeting women or men, sleeping with them. They're excited for a minute and then it just dies out and they just move on to the next person and do the same thing. And they're like at home watching sports and eating a bowl of cereal, scrolling through their phone to find like the next person. Like that's what they that's what they give me, you know? So if you really want this Libra, or you're excited, or you're wondering like, how come I barely hear from them, or how come they don't make any effort? That's not their intentions. They just like to experience people. They like to get their needs met, right? Whether it's sexual needs, whether it's companionship, whether it's, they like to fill a temporary void and then just go back into their own world and isolate. So don't get too attached to this Libra, because they're going to disappoint you. They're going to hurt you. Yeah, someone else. Spirit is telling you to be cautious because there's someone else. But I feel like there's always someone else with this person. They just give me that vibe. So you will go out on a date with this person. You will have such a beautiful time. They will appear to be open-hearted. They may even spy on you and show you interest, and then they just pull it all away. And it's because you're being protected. They also find you to have a personality that's larger than life. They feel like you have a big personality. You speak how you feel. But no matter what you say to this Libra, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, they're going to do whatever they want to do. They're not going to consider you or your feelings. They're all about them and what they need. And they take each day as it comes. This is like a person who can be very spontaneous. So just be careful, because you can set yourself up for failure with them. Yeah. See, the outcome shows confront. So you might confront them like, so this is what you're doing? you just wasting my time? Yep, I knew it. Spreading your wings and going with the flow. Like, this is a person that you have to go with the flow with. There's no titles, there's no definites, there's no nothing. They just go with the flow. Spread your wings just means you're going to be in a place where you're looking at your other options. They will invite you to their house. They'll take you out. They'll give you drinks, and then they just leave. All right. let me see. What's the advice for this? And they will sound, Spirit says they will sound like they check off all the boxes until you really get to know them, and you'll realize that this is what they love. They love to create facades and act like they're the best thing that is out there on the market, and they don't put in any effort. They're about themselves. And they share themselves with multiple people. So Spirit wants you to know the past is behind you. That chapter of your life is done. Put all your energy and your focus on a new chapter ahead. So I don't know if you're on the outs with a Libra and you're just waiting to see, are they going to come back? What's going to happen? Spirit wants you to know, if this didn't work out, is to protect you, because you're about to attract in a really healthy, a really healthy lover. Spirit also wants you to know is how people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So don't allow anybody to project their own insecurities onto you. All right. And take this person for who they are, not for what you want them to be, because you're going to get hurt. Because this is the type of person, if you start to express yourself like, oh, you hurt me, how dare you? In their head, they're just like, you'll be okay. They seem like they lack empathy because they're only focused on what they want. That's what they give to me. All right, let's see who's next. Scorpio. These are the times we all wish for. There's a song. These are the times we all wish for. I can't, guys. A song just came. Drew Hill. Take your time, that's all. This person is going to try to take their time with you. They're going to get really excited about you. This Scorpio is going to get so excited about you. They're going to have such beautiful times. They're afraid of it being short-lived. So they're going to do things in order to make sure that the connection keeps going. They also find you way more humble than they expected. I don't know what they were expecting out of you, but who you show up to be in this Scorpio's life is the opposite of what they thought that you would be. They thought that you would be like toxic, that you would be aggressive. Okay. This person could have had a background where they always had like toxic people or chaos. And if you're calmer than that, you're a breath of fresh air. And it's like they have to slow themselves down because you seem like you're everything that this person wants, and it scares them. If they went down on you before, they feel like you taste so delicious, and they just hope that you don't discuss their business with other people. This can be a Scorpio who's very private. They're very, very private. If they left you on red, or if they made it seem as if they weren't looking for nothing, it's because their love life has been so horrific that they don't expect shit from nobody. This Scorpio automatically just expects the worst from everybody. Like they could have mother issues, and it doesn't have to be big, but they could have had, if they had a mom who was very controlling and always yelled at them or always looked for the bad in them, then they could have attracted partners who always did the same thing until they meet you. And now that they meet you, they have to switch their whole shit up because you're different than what they expected. They thought people like you were only in movies, not in real life. So now they're like, oh, okay, I can breathe. It's like this person is going to realize that they can breathe, they can be themselves, they can be free. There's like some level of freeness that they feel with you now that they realize you are not the past. I see them hanging out with you. I see you guys, like if they have friends, you have friends. I see you guys hanging out together. I see them hanging out with you. They feel like this Scorpio is going to feel like you make a big difference in their life. It's like all the changes and stuff that they wanted to be, they're going to become being underneath you, because they could have been with people that didn't support this new version of them. A new version. Okay. This person is becoming a new version of themselves, but they had to leave the past alone, and people from the past are their friends, because them trying to be this version of themselves with their old people, it didn't work out. So to me, this is like a new opportunity. They have so much love that they want to express to you, but they're going to get, I see them like walking with you and you guys doing something beautiful, and they would want to like tell you thank you so much. This was like the most beautiful experience I've ever had in my life, but instead I see them like holding themselves back. So this person is going to be afraid to be vulnerable to you, and they're going to try to do whatever it takes to make you like them. So it can be a people pleaser, but they want to please you because they feel like you deserve it, and they feel like you deserve it because they really like you, and they like the vibe that you bring, and they like the energy that you bring, and they could tell that you're intelligent, and they feel like you hide it, and I don't know why that's coming out. Like, you could be the cross watcher, you could be someone that you're very, very wise, but if you hold back how intelligent you are, or a lot of the information, is because people could have got mad at you before when you would speak the truth. People could have told you that, oh, you think you know it all. You're a know-it-all. When the truth is, you're just trying to help. So I see you, cross watcher, just, you want to be there for the Scorpio, but you also know, oh, look what's coming up. Look what's about to come up. You, cross watcher, you could have a habit of wanting to fix people, and you have to readjust your fixer in you and allow people to figure out things on their own, because you could have found out that although you mean good intention, although you mean well, people took it the wrong way, because you could have gave unsolicited advice that people weren't ready for. It could have triggered them because they could have knew that, but you seeing that pissed them off because they were hoping that you wouldn't see it. But now that you've seen it, now all of a sudden you become an enemy to them. You know, it's almost like you're very intelligent, but you have to hide the fact of how intelligent you are, because people are triggered and they can be scared of your intelligence, because they can like to hide, but you expose what's hidden. And that's why people tremble around you. That's why people can feel threatened by you. So you, cross watcher, you're very threatening to people, and you may know that. So you try to be more cautious on how you articulate yourself, or how much you say, or how much you expose. So they feel like you're way more intelligent than you appear, but it's like you water it down at times, or you try to hold yourself back. All right. This Scorpio could be gifted, and they will share their gifts with you. And what else? If you're dating a Scorpio, you guys may spend a lot of time outside. It's going to be the simple things that you both love with each other. Like simple stuff. All right, let me see. It's like you don't want to trigger this person, cross watcher. That's the biggest, I don't know why this keeps showing up. You don't really want to trigger this person, so you're going slow and you're observing them. Ooh. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you, so please don't take my sunshine away. When you meet this Scorpio, this is what's in their energy. 3 of Swords. They're burdened by and stressed by heartbreak. You will be the happiness in this person's life. And they will be at a 2 of Swords on whether they should let you in, whether this will grow, or whether this will fail and fall apart like every single situation in their life has. But it shows Empress and it shows Justice. This person can have air in their chart, so you might find it at times when they hold back. If they hold back, it's because they're in their head. This Scorpio has a bad habit of reminiscing and replaying false scenarios over and over and over and over and over. That's what the Scorpio does. That's why it could be dangerous for this Scorpio to be by themselves. When they're by themselves, they can blame themselves for a lot or not blame themselves. They have like, especially if this Three of Swords is because of a breakup. If the Three of Swords is from a breakup, then they're in their head like, what could I have done wrong? What could I have done right? But they have done this. Like, they could still be arguing with themselves over a past situation because they're struggling to let it go completely. And then you text them and you reach out to them and then they're like smiling, like you snap them out of it. You snap them out of it and you bring them back down to earth, you know? So you can, even with the Justice, I don't know if this person could have had battles of court, going back and forth to court and fighting something in court. But if they don't have issues with court, it could be for the karmic that they just had. You are the Justice in it. You guys will make love together. They're going to love your shape, the way you look. They're also going to be curious if you have other options. That's going to scare them. They're going to wonder if you have other options. Are you a player? When you're quiet, they want to know, why are you quiet? What are you doing? Who are you with? So they're very, very suspicious. And at times they don't like this. They try to turn it off. They could be afraid of being played. They're afraid of being played. The truth is, Spirit is showing, and this is good for the Scorpio who watches this, that if you think you're being played, you're not. When the cross watcher gets distant, it's because the cross watcher is working on herself and pouring money into her household and into her savings. So the cross watcher shows the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's thinking about money, finding creative ways to make more money and making sensible choices with their money. They're also on a spiritual journey and they're doing a lot of self-discovery, and this is what they're doing. They're, you know, they may communicate this to you, but you may not believe them. And they also sleep a lot. They could be tired. They can also be a person who's hard on themselves. The cross watcher, you're hard on yourself. You're hard on yourself. But this Scorpio is expecting the worst. And you're just like trying to get your life together. And this Scorpio is thinking that you're up to no good. You know? They want you. And they know that they have an issue with like being to themselves too. So they may fight themselves from like, sometimes they may secretly give up on you and you don't even realize it. The Scorpio secretly gives up and it's like, you know what, I'm just going to leave it in the hands of God. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And the truth is, like, nothing can happen unless you pour into it. And they may like, oh shoot, I need to reach out. I need to do something before I lose it, before I lose this person. So they think about you. The Scorpio definitely thinks about you, but they spend a lot of time, like a lot of their downtime goes to worry, stress, and things in the past that is out of their control and is finished. This Scorpio is going to spy on you a lot. They're going to spy on you a lot, and they're going to give you small offers because they still don't know. They're still just going to wait and see how this unfolds. But they're lucky. They feel lucky to have you. They feel like you are a brand new beginning in the right direction for love. When they are with you, they love the attention that you give them. And let me see. And just know that they're going through, this Scorpio is going through a huge release and they're going through an awakening. So if they're jaded a little bit, it's because of a lover. Somebody could have put them in a third party. Yep. Somebody put this Scorpio in a third party. Oh. And because somebody put them in a third party, they're expecting it to happen again. So sometimes they can get stuck in like disappointment. But they're going to shake this off. In June, they're going to shake this off. In June, you're going to see this person overcome something. They're going to feel brand new. I just see a person. I see this Scorpio like walking outside and them feeling lighter. So they're going to, whatever's in their heart is going to be released. You guys might go to a concert or a game because I hear like, I don't know where to park my car. So you guys will do, I also hear hidden enemies. They may have hidden enemies, but anyway, you guys might travel a lot together. I see like, oh, where can I put my car? They may drive with you. You might drive with them. Let me see. Yeah, I want to be in a serious commitment with you. They want a serious commitment. And then it shows I'm not ready for a serious commitment. So they'll be they'll be back. I'm not ready for a serious commitment. I want to be in a serious commitment with you. They go back and forth with themselves. Sometimes they're going to feel like they're ready. They're ready to do this. And the next minute they're going to pull themselves back. But they are going to try their best to please you. And if they do want a serious commitment and they pull back, it's because they're afraid of failure. This Scorpio does not like to fail, especially since they're overcoming something hurtful. They love cuddling. They're going to love to make love to you. They do not like guessing games. They can also be using like, this Scorpio is going to catch a lot of heavy feelings for you. And they may feel as if they have to use love spells to keep you bound to them. They're afraid of losing you. So they're going to start to use love spells to keep you bound to them. They may go to the gym with you. You guys might go to the gym together. And they may be afraid that you don't like them the way... They may struggle with insecurities, but these insecurities come from their past. I hear like, do you like my height? Do you like the way I dress? Do you like my food? Do you like my friends? Do you like my friends? Do you like my food? That's sad. They're always in their head wondering if you are okay with what they're doing, what they're giving, how they're showing up. Do you like my body? Like, so you're going to notice it shows strengthening bonds and clarity with you and a Scorpio for the month of June. And if you guys like isolate from each other, they'll be sad. For the month of June, it shows healing. Healing a connection, going with the flow, nurturing this connection. You guys may talk about moving in together. There's lots of joy, stability, lots of communication. This person is going to refuse to believe that you're healing when you're in isolation. They're just going to think that you're with somebody else, all right? This person easily feels alone and abandoned, so just be careful. If they feel alone or abandoned, they're going to like move on and not feel loved. So that's the biggest thing. Yeah. All right. You guys have a lot of spiritual lessons to learn together. I don't know. I feel like this Scorpio goes through like sometimes they just don't feel good enough. They feel like the world is a big place and there's other people out there. So why would you want them? Sometimes they go through that. They could be hard on themselves. Let me see. Anything else? I did this already. Yeah, you're going to go through cycles round and round with this person. At times they're going to get fed up. They're going to want to give up at times. And you may feel the same way. And they're going to be praying for this. They're going to send you love messages. I feel like this person needs to work on their confidence, that they can. I hear like, if I'm with you, I'm going to protect you with all my life. How does this Scorpio currently see you? How does this Scorpio see you? And what are their intentions? How does this Scorpio see you? Ooh. I don't know why, but some of you could be flight attendant. You don't have to, but when it shows the world, I just seen somebody flying. Like some of you could fly or travel a lot. They see you as somebody who travels a lot. They could have also seen you as going through endings. Going through endings. And then it shows fair. They see you as being fair. They see you as passionate. They also see like you could possibly be confused, or they wonder if you have other options and you're hiding it. You can either be confused or you have other people that you don't want to give up on them. You don't want to give up on them, but at the same time, you got to put your foot down. What are they going to do? Pour into you and give you happiness. You have to put your foot down with this Scorpio, because sometimes they may do things to offend you and they don't even realize it until you say it. So don't be afraid to be vocal and express yourself. Because if this Scorpio really loves you, they're gonna work on it. Because I see them, like, sometimes if you say certain things, I see them going into isolation and they work on it. So they're trying to transform. Let's see what the card says for advice. Aw, Spirit wants you to clear your mind and do something nice for yourself. Do something beautiful. I don't know if this connection is going to be on your mind a lot, but they want you to clear your mind. You've been thinking way too much. They want you to do something beautiful and nice. All right. Ooh. Also, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask for your needs to be met when it comes to this Scorpio. Ask for your needs to be met. All right. It also says you are working toward everything you want. Don't be hard on yourself. And I said it. I said what this Scorpio doesn't realize is that the cross watcher is so hard on themselves. They're always working on themselves and they're hard on themselves. That's what I have. Unless you want me to, yeah, that's what I have. If you are with a Sagittarius, damn. There's two things. There is two things. Either you're going to clash with someone, and this clash is going to be so big that you are not going to be able to come back from it. Or if you're dating a Sagittarius, they are going at it with an ex like crazy. I'm talking about it is bad. It is so bad. And you may notice that there's tension in this person. You're going to be like, why? So I'm going to tell you something. I'll be honest with you. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, they could have been, I don't know if it's a friends with benefits connection that can be falling apart. Whoever this Sagittarius was with, it's falling apart. It's ugly. Like, it's bad. And they don't want to lose you because you look like you have a lot to offer. You seem like you are so much more better than who they were with before. And they don't want to lose you. And it's like this Sagittarius would want to tell you, like, I just need time. But at the same time, they don't want to let you go because they're afraid if they let you go that you're going to find somebody way better than them. But they don't want you to because they feel like they have it inside of them to be exactly what you need. But they could have messed up. They could have been flirting with an ex, and then they allow this ex to come back in their life. And now the ex is getting crazy. Like, the ex is not taking it light. If the Sagittarius is trying to leave someone behind, they're not taking it good at all. They are not. And it's creating a lot of commotion. The person that the Sagittarius is trying to let go feels like they were gaslit. They feel gaslit. They feel angry. They feel revengeful. They feel heartbroken. But then at the same time, they love the person. So they could be in a situation where I even hear like, I'm falling in love with you. So this Sagittarius is gonna fall in love with you, but there's two situations in this Sagittarius's life. And maybe this is the cross watcher's energy. It doesn't have to be, but we're on Sagittarius. Maybe you can as the cross watcher can identify. And if you were dealing with a Sagittarius and you want to know why the Sagittarius kind of like shut down from you, is because they can sense, if you're the cross watcher and you're going through this and you want to know, why did my Sagittarius pull away? Your Sagittarius pulled away from you because they can sense that you're going through something crazy and they don't want any parts of it, but they do like you, and they can just be leaving it in God's hands. Like, if it's meant to be, then they will deal with whatever situation they got and they'll come back around and they will make it right with me. That's what the Sagittarius is thinking. Now, if this is the Sagittarius with the problem, it is bad. It could be like a bad divorce, a bad breakup, a friends with benefits connection gone to shit. You hear me? It's ugly and it's toxic. And if they found you and you're cross-watching, trying to figure out what you should do with the Sagittarius, their intentions is to get that situation out the way, because they fell in love with you. However, for some reason, they're struggling to let go of something that is giving them hell. You're going to have to let them go. If that's what your decision is, you're making the best decision. Because it's not like this Sagittarius likes you. They have feelings for you, but if they can't give you what you want, at times they feel like you two have nothing in common. You know? I feel like they're toxic. I feel like this person is toxic, and they let me break this down. Some people, they don't see themselves the right way. Maybe this Sagittarius thought that they were the bigger person until they met you, and then they realized, like, oh shit, maybe I am a little toxic. So they want to be with you because you would be the healthier choice. But at the same time, they can't help it because they kind of like the toxic stuff too. So they could be caught in between two worlds. A part of me likes the trashiness and the arguing. Let's argue and then have sex and then break each other down and then make love. And then the other part of them just like, man, I need peace. I need calm. I need somebody humble. I need somebody and like all over the place. Like somebody who, they know that the toxic person or the toxic world is not for them, but however, they feel so stimulated by it. You and the other person are like day and night. I can't. This is too much. Once readings start getting like this, after like, hold up. See, even faking. Let me tell you. Whoever, this is a third party situation. Whoever the third party is, they're in their feelings about the Sagittarius. They could even be faking a pregnancy in order to keep this Sagittarius locked down. They're going through it. Sometimes too, the Sagittarius can be stubborn. Look, it shows police. Police is involved. It's bad. But this is how they see you, cross watcher. Cross watcher, they see you like this. So if you're dating a Sagittarius, this is how they see you. They see you as a queen. They see you as secure. They feel like you focus, like you in your bag. You're what they should be with, but they can't help but to be wrapped up in all this. They could even be, the courts can see, it says divorce, child support. Police can be involved. Child support could be involved. Hopefully not domestic violence. Your Sagittarius feels under pressure because they got this bad situation. See, I knew it. Oh, I'm good. It says crazy ex obsessed won't let go, a psycho. They got, it's too much. They're praying to get out of the situation. All right. So if you want to know what's going on, like when they come around, see, this is why they're off and on with you. But when they come around to you, they give you the sweet talk. You don't even know they're going through hell on the background. Yeah. They have a huge karmic lesson that they need to complete before they can even be with you. This person also works a lot. Sometimes they can be very, very aggressive. If they're aggressive, or if they struggle with anger or rage or aggressiveness, it's because of this toxic situation. So if you do decide to allow the Sagittarius in, you could try to act like you're busy to focus on your family. Why do I feel like for you, cross watcher, you kind of sense this already? Why do I feel like that? They need to let this go, or they're going to lose you, cross watcher. That's all I got to say. If they don't let this sickness go, this karmic lesson, if they don't overcome it, they're going to lose you. I don't see you staying around for this. They know that. Wait, let me see. Let me see if they feel like time is running out. Let me see. Whoever you are, you can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn watching this. Or you can have Earth in your chart. You're going to be communicating with this person in June. See, there is someone else. There is someone else. They could possibly have children with this other person. They don't have to have children, but they can possibly have children with this other person. And that's what's keeping them up at night. If they tell you, like, I haven't been able to sleep good. Or if they come around you and they just seem drained. If they just seem drained. If this Sagittarius seem like depleted, drained, they barely have time, it's because they keep inviting pain back into their life. They need to let it go. Like, they like the drama. They get caught up in that drama and that trauma. Yeah. They need to heal old wounds. They're very, very passionate about you. But they have some toxic addictions that is gonna, I knew it. You're gonna have to release this Sagittarius and let them just go on their own way. Like right now, you'll only get sex out of this person. You won't get nothing like concrete. You do have something special with this person, but their unhealed wounds is gonna block forward movement. And they regret it. They regret putting you through all their drama. Let me see. I even hear like I can't even relate to you no more. Sometimes they feel like they can't even relate to you no more. They can also be afraid, like the time it takes to really get to know somebody good. Let me see. What is their naked truth? I pretend like I don't care, but it's the opposite. I'm obsessed. And I knew it. I'm at a crossroad. Should I fight for this or move on? And I'm only staying here for my kids, nothing else. I'm making my way out. So there's somebody's trying to make their way out. Somebody's trying to get away from a toxic situation. They're probably only there for the kids. They're trying so hard to fight for their way out. They're going through a lot. And they are in love with you. They're in love with you, but they're going through a lot. I even hear the word fatal attraction. They may have a fatal attraction. Like, you know what you give me, cross watcher? That you are the Sagittarius's dream girl or guy. You are. But because they have this this entanglement that has this huge toxic hold on them, they can't even free themselves to like be with you. Their time with you is going to be very, very limited because they're invested in this this toxic situation. All right. How do they see you right now? See, they see you as balanced and holding back. They feel like you, cross watcher, you like, hell nah. Baby, you ain't gonna bring me down with you. I'm gonna hold back. That's how they see you. You got your stuff together. You got your ducks in a row. That's how they see you. Let me see. Yeah. They see you as spiritual. They also can see like you could be waiting. Like you expect the worst from them and you are waiting. And you're just going to be single. And you can have big fears about them. You have fears about them. You think that they're sneaky. You feel like there's someone else that they're starting over with. And this is how they think you seeing them. You feel like they got too much drama or there's competition in the background. And you do find them to be a soulmate, but you are trapped in fear. Like not knowing if you'll be able to get the commitment that you want. That's how they see in you. What are they about to do? What is their intentions? How are they about to move? Let's see. See, they have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They really want this. They just don't know. They're just going to be spying on you, communicating with you, and waiting to see what happens. They're also going to travel to see you. They're going to be heartbroken. If they find out you have other options too, they're going to be heartbroken. But you know, that's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of. And you know, this is real stuff. People really be on some bullshit where they expect for you to sit and wait for them to get their life together. Like, where they do that at? People really expect for you to put your life on hold for them. How? Life is so precious. And we don't even know if tomorrow is going to be granted to us. So how are you going to sit here and wait for them with this nonsense that they got going on? How are you supposed to look at you? It says secure, confident, you a boss, you're career focused. Look at you. And you're supposed to come off your throne to wait for them to finish a distraction, some nonsense. That don't make no sense. But anyway, I just feel like you know what pisses me off? Like people's expectations. Like if they have the expectation for you to sit there and wait for them, I feel like that is so selfish. It's very selfish that you should put your life on hold and you getting it together. You don't have no distractions. You doing what you need to do to secure the bag and secure yourself. And they over here with all this stuff and they expect you just to wait. Do what you please, Sagittarius. I mean, do what you please, cross watcher, but put yourself first, in my opinion. I don't even need a daily self empowerment card. Put you first. Put you first. See if there's somebody out there who can meet you where you are. And you don't have to go down to where they are to meet them. Baby, don't walk down the stairs. Stay up on that pedestal. Don't come down. That's what I would tell you. Don't come off your throne. Don't come off. Don't take your crown off in order to meet somebody in their pits of hell. Because I feel like that's the expectations that people be having sometimes. Like, come sit in hell with me. No, thank you. You sit in that fire that you created all by yourself. You know? But let's see. I did outcome. You sit in that pit of hell all by yourself. You created it. You sit in it. They're going to be reaching out to you. See? And confront. You're going to confront them, honey. You're going to be way more confident. And you're confident because you're working on yourself. But this person is daydreaming about you. Their worst fear is to lose you. But when you confront them, let me see. They probably won't get it together. You're going to try to master your feelings. I don't know if you're going to trust this, but it looks like you guys are going to come together if you confront them. That's what it shows in the outcome. You confronting them and telling them how you feel. And be honest with people. Don't hold back because you're afraid if you speak your truth, they're going to run. Let them run. Run then. It shows in the end you guys will find balance. So and even in the beginning, I just seen an image. Even in the beginning, if they do leave this third party behind, I see them still like stalking the person and spying on them for a while. Like they still have an attachment to this person even after it's done. So you decide, Sagittarius. Cappy Cap. If you are dealing with a Capricorn, if you're with a Capricorn, masturbating. This Capricorn is going to be masturbating to the thoughts of you. And they're going to be daydreaming about you. They're going to be So they think about you a lot. Capricorn definitely thinks about you a lot. They're very intrigued by you. They find you to be very, very attractive and very comical. They find you to be very, very funny. However you look, if you told them about your past, they feel like you don't look like you went through what you went through. So you don't look like the past. They're excited about you, and they're excited to explore new things with you or new truths with you. When you don't speak to them, they wonder what you're up to. They feel like you've been in this life before. They can feel like you have an old soul. All right, let's see what else with this Capricorn. They can be holding back emotionally from you. Until they feel safe, they do not expose emotions. They can be holding back emotionally for you. I feel like what this person feels for you on the inside versus what they display is going to be two different things. All right. They're going to reminisce about you a lot. They're going to think about you. Let me see. If you are with a Capricorn, or if you meet a Capricorn, they're going to fall in love with you. They're going to be really passionate about you. This person may not vocalize how they feel, but they will express it through how they make love to you. So this person expresses how they feel through passion. They're not as vocal emotionally, but they will show it in the way that they make love to you. All right. It shows Two of Cups and Wheel of Fortune. So if this is a new Capricorn that you meet, you know, it gives me, the feeling it gives me is a breath of fresh air. Like, I feel like you both will be friends before you become lovers, and you both will take your time. Like, equally, you will both take your time, you know? Like, one minute they may offer for you to go out and do something. The next moment you may offer them to go out and do something, but you both take your time. This person is somebody who works really, really hard. And they're really generous. When they know that you mean them well, they're very generous. You're going to be communicating with this Capricorn a lot in June. It shows healing and a commitment. Some of you could be in a relationship with a Capricorn. Or in June, you could be settling down with a Capricorn. And if you just met a Capricorn, then just know that this is going to be a healing connection. It's going to be a healing connection, and you two will work towards commitment and marriage. And that's why you two are coming together. All right. It also shows holding back. They're not the one to commit really fast. They wait. They take their time. They see if you guys can work together. Can we work together? Can we agree to disagree? This is a person who's very logical when it comes to love. They're very logical. Even if they are emotional, they'll put their emotions to the side and focus on the logical parts of love. They will see you as a wish fulfilled. They will feel, this Capricorn will feel very fulfilled by you. And it's sad because, like, they're excited. They'll go home and say this stuff to themselves, but they won't tell you. All right. The reason why they take their time, because they invested so much. This Capricorn invested their heart and their soul into a whole entire connection, and it didn't give back what they were hoping for. So for this Capricorn, hope can be a dangerous thing, because because they're logical. Hope can be a thing where it's like, I really want this, but I know because I've been through it already that just because I want it, that doesn't guarantee that it's going to happen. So this is the reason why they move slow. This is the reason why they don't invest right away emotionally. I knew it. They move slow. They take their time. They're very picky. They're very, very picky because they overanalyze everything. They overanalyze everything when it comes to relationships, and it has to make sense, okay? This person could be, this Capricorn could be younger than you. This is my gaslighter card. In the beginning, they can like woo their way into your bed. And then it shows karmic justice. All right. You will have to decide whether you want to give in to this Capricorn or not. And if you are coming here, it's because you're afraid. You're afraid because you're like, can I trust this? Should I invest? Should I let go? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know, because they don't really communicate. Let me see. And this could be a Capricorn too, that you might get mixed messages from them, because if they do have air in their chart, they can spend a whole lot of time daydreaming about what they want, opposed to like taking action towards what they want. And that can be for you, like, if they're logical. So if you're logical, then you could be thinking like, well, logically, they're not making the effort, so that means they don't want it, right? And this person, they're just in their head so much that maybe they struggle with confidence to make the effort, or they struggle to trust, so they take their time. Let's see what else. I see side eye from you, cross watcher. You're not going to trust this Capricorn. You're going to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're going to be indecisive because you're going to feel like they have secrets, and you may feel like you need to let them go. You may even wonder, are they holding on to an ex? Like, what are they doing? Are they holding on to an ex? And the truth is, they're not holding on to an ex. They're single, they're happy, and when they feel a lot of anxiety, when they feel like they have a lot to get done, they withdraw. But they love to talk to you. You might get a love message from this Capricorn. They could be getting readings on you. They wonder if you are someone that they could pop the question. They're going to think about it. They feel like you're somebody that they can brag about. Yeah, this connection is definitely slow. You're going to have to give it time. You can't rush. If you rush, this connection will like fall to shit. If you rush it. You wonder if they're a liar, because they're not. You wonder if they're a liar because the intimacy that you share with them, they don't speak about it. Yeah, it shows the beginning phase. Yeah, so if you meet a Capricorn, it has potential. They'll daydream about you. They'll be feeling you, but you would never know. You would never know. They love how understanding you are. And they could play games. The Five of Swords did come out. What I'm stringing you along. They could string you along. But they do want to make you happy. They're going to love the way that you dance. And in the beginning, they may not be looking for anything serious, but this could lead to something serious. If you're a nurturer and if you're funny, they're going to love that. In the beginning, they will not want to be in a serious commitment, but they're going to end up finding something special about you that is going to make them see otherwise eventually. All right. They talk in their sleep. And they can try to bind people with sex. They can use sex as a way to bind people to them. They may not want you to know this, but They can be really good in the bed, and they try to bind people with their love making with their body. Let me see what else you need to know. When this person catches feelings, they hold back so that they can move slow. And they're going through in a way, I knew it. If you want this person, you have to be patient. And they're going through huge changes. I forgot to do this with the rest of the signs, but what is this Capricorn's shadow side that you need to be aware of? What is one of their, see, I love you. Their shadow side is that they'll love you and try to hide it. They'll fake their feelings. When they love you, see, it says married. See the Jezebel spirit. They try to seduce with their sex. This is like a person that when they like you, they may tease you. When they like you, they might start using reverse psychology. When they like you, they may start to manipulate and dance around it. All right. Or avoid you altogether. That's so funny. You know what it is? When they start to catch feelings, they become like a child. Like really, really like scared and shy and nervous. So they can you're going to be, you know, you're going to meet this Capricorn when you're in a season when you're forming new bonds. So for instance, if you were in a season of isolation and then you come out of isolation, you start dating, boom. This Capricorn is going to be the first person that you start to date. You get to decide. Some of you get to decide if you want to be with the Capricorn or not. In the end. Let's see what your advice is. See people for who they are and not for who you want them to be. That will only hurt you. So just be honest with yourself. All right. And you do not have to play small or convince anyone to be with you. Because I feel like this person, they don't give you enough reassurance for you to feel confident in this. So don't forget to ground yourself. You know what? Being with this Capricorn might create a lot of confusion for you. So don't lose yourself. I would just say to speak up and ask questions. Let's see the outcome. For the month of June. You might release them. If the confusion is too much, I see in the month of June, you isolate and you release them. What about July? Yeah. You might just release them because it shows reconsidering whether you're going to open up. So if this person opens up to you, you might be afraid. I might be afraid of wasting my time. But they just take a long time. That's just how they are. If you are with an Aquarius, if you meet an Aquarius, I hear a yes. The answer is yes. If you're willing to work on things with me, if you're willing to take me as I am, then I will be with you. This person gives me arrogant. They're very, very arrogant. You might find them to be selfish, and they're not selfish. They're very, very popular. They're very popular. A lot of people want this Aquarius. It's not just you. And you know that. You know that a lot of people want this Aquarius. Whoever the cross watcher is, you will know that this Aquarius they get a lot of attention. They get so much attention. They can even be an Aquarius that's in the limelight, and you know this. So they know that they want to be with you. They just don't want to string you along or invite you into their pain. They have a lot going on in their life, and they're on it like, whoever wants to be with me could be with me, but this is just what my plate looks like, and I'm not altering my life to please you. Or like this Aquarius is very vocal. So if you want to be with this Aquarius, you can be with them, but it's either like support them and be by their side, or just get away from them, because they're not playing. I feel like this Aquarius could have had situations where they could have settled, or they could have had situations where people tried to like hold them back or get in their way, or lovers who tried to compete with them, and all like this Aquarius been through hell and back. So they believe in love, but they're also a person like, you either be a supportive partner or you just can't be with me at all. They're very, very direct. I feel like if you don't want the truth, don't ask this Aquarius for the truth, because they're going to give you the truth. So the biggest thing that this Aquarius is going to test you is, can you keep up with me? Can you keep up with me, or will you slow me down? That's the biggest thing I see with this Aquarius. Can you keep up with me, or can you slow? Or are you going to slow me down? They have 3 people competing for their heart. You are one of the 3. And out of the 3, they like you the most, but can you deal with the fact that they get lots of attention? Can you deal with the fact that they spend lots of nights like on the road, or they have a lot to do? Can you stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? Because they're not slowing down. They're not getting off their pedestal. They're not meeting you down where they are. They're on their throne. They're staying on their throne. Can you keep up with me on my throne? Because I'm not coming off my throne or being distracted to meet you where you are. So I see you guys going back and forth, and you might hold back on purpose in hopes that this Aquarius will cave in. And they're not. They're not caving in. They're probably working. They're probably in the gym, or they're probably talking to a friend, or they're probably doing something. They're not going to allow anybody to get in their way ever again. So if you cause them problems, you may not even hear from them at all. And they're not a narcissist. This Aquarius they're not a narcissist at all. I feel like they have their standards. They have their values. They're on a mission, and they're not going to chase anybody, and they're not going to alter their standards or their beliefs to please somebody. They're just not doing it. They could have done it in the past, and it could have slapped them in their face, and they're like, I'm never doing this again. This could be an Aquarius who had to learn the hard way. They learned so hard that wherever they are in their life now, they're not trying to look back. They're not trying to be that again. Let me see. See? This is like an emperor. And they wouldn't they wouldn't expect you to change for them either. So they're just, don't try to change me. Don't try to fix me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, I don't care. Oh my God. They can be very demanding and bossy, but they could be used to getting their way. So they want you, like I said. They want you, cross watcher, but they have other options, and they will move on if they need to. They are single. If you think like, oh, do they have somebody else? No, this Aquarius is very single. Very, very single. And they could be working on their finances. They could be going through some financial issues. They're very independent. They're very laid back. They do not like lazy people, and they don't like crazy people. They don't like lazy, and they don't like crazy. And they could be speaking about this, and they're not going to hold on to you, not for long. So if you want this Aquarius, if you're dating Aquarius, if this Aquarius comes into your life, you better get it together or forget it forever. They're willing to work with you. Yeah, there's a possibility for potential for longevity with you in this Aquarius. Yep. This has the potential to take off. It shows nurturing, like you guys pouring into this. You might have a bumpy start. I hear, damn, I caught a flat. They might catch a flat on their way to you. Let me see. I knew it. This is like a workaholic. Side hustles. They probably have more than one job. And see, they want this to work with you. They hope it works with you, but you guys are going to text a lot on the phone. This is a very busy person. Ooh, see? Self-love. This person, didn't I say this? I said this Aquarius, they're not a narcissist. They're just very sure of who they are. They learned a lot of lessons. They love themselves. They're into themselves. They could be into their looks. They get lots of attention. They love to drink and have a good time. So if you, that's what I mean. They could have exes that are like obsessed with them, but they don't care. It's not going to stop them. They have people in the background that regret treating them bad. There's a lot of people who watch them. They could have went through a divorce. They could have went through a breakup. They know bad times. They know a lot. They could have been really ashamed of their past. They probably won't talk about their past. They were really ashamed of it and the decisions that they made. They felt like they allowed clowns to play them. They're like, I was with some clowns. And now these people in the past are like daydreaming about them, messed up about them. So that's what they're saying. Like they could have realized that. Be careful of like running. Be careful of being a runner. They're not gonna chase you. They are not gonna chase you. And they could have recently had a separation from somebody who backstabbed them, somebody who played mind games with them, somebody who like deceived them, love bombed them. So yeah. They're going to want to know what you've been up to. You come across lighthearted to this Aquarius. They've been spending a lot of time with their mom or their family. Their family. Let's see. What is this Aquarius going to love about you? They're going to want to support you and be by your side. They're going to try their best to please you. They're going to wait. They're going to be afraid to tell you how they really feel. They don't want to tell you too soon and then you start to act up on them. You guys are going to be dating in June. They love how sensual you are. They love your hips. And what else? One more. And they're very fearful of rejection. They do not like to be rejected. Let's see. I don't see a commitment in the month of June, but I just see you guys getting closer, or dealing with each other, getting to know each other. This person will confess how they feel about you. It's just going to take them some time. And they're going to spy on you to make sure that you are who you say you are. They may even have somebody do a background check on you on purpose. Let's see the outcome. They're going to be thinking about you a lot. Yeah. Showing love, dedicated effort, and lots of communication. Let me see. What is this Aquarius's shadow side that you need to know of? Sometimes they wait too late. Sometimes they wait too late because they be so focused on themselves, and sometimes they could be like stubborn, or they let their pride and their ego get in the way. Like it's my way or the highway. That's the shadow side of them that you... Let's see. Messages. More is expected of you at the moment. Make time to prioritize your goals. It won't be as hard as you think. You got this. So Spirit wants you to prioritize your goals more than love. Like, and know that there's going to be people that will enter your life and they will either be inspired by you or jealous of you. Okay. But keep shining anyway. So don't allow a love situation to distract you. Find an equal balance between like investing in your goals and love. I don't see a relationship. I just see you guys getting to know each other, and I see it being kind of like on and off. Pisces, if you are with a Pisces, if you're with a Pisces, I see you guys making love. You guys could be experiencing things that you've never experienced before. And I hear like I let go a lot. This Pisces had to let go a lot in order to make space to invite love. All right. So you will be lucky to have this Pisces because you're going to get a very vulnerable side of them that they normally don't show. They have a spiteful ex that has been stalking them, but they won't be around for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Like, you will avoid that at all costs. So if you are with a Pisces and you know that they just had a breakup and you're afraid of like, what if their ex, the connection is protected. So you're going into a new phase of love with this Pisces. All right. They'll be inviting you out more. They'll be opening up and telling you more about how they feel about you or what they think about things. You guys are going to be going shopping together. They'll tell you, oh, this looks nice on you, or, oh, wear this. I just see you guys going to so many places. You might travel with this Pisces. You guys might go on a vacation or like a road trip. They're going to be very appreciative of you. And to me, this gives me relationship. You guys could be going into a relationship, or if you were just dating or seeing each other on and off, you guys are going to be more solid. Because I want to be more than just friends. I think about you every day and every night. I feel guilty for how I treated you. I should have never posted those things about you. I definitely know that you are the one. So this Pisces may confess their love to you, or you might do it to the Pisces. And if you're wondering, is this the perfect time to deal with the Pisces? The answer is yes. Is this the perfect time for me to open up and be honest? The answer is yes. Yes, because you met this Pisces at the perfect time. Like around their energy or their auric field, there is nobody else around them. So when you meet this Pisces, they're going to be on them, like focused on themselves, focused on their goals, focused on the right things. They're in alignment. So you come into their world right on time. That's what I feel like. You came into this person's life right on time. And I see you guys going sightseeing together. You might do a sip and paint together. You guys will do excursions together. There's all kind. I just see a lot of growing together and seeing the world from a whole new lens. So if you are cross-watching and you're evolving and you just want to make sure that this is the right decision for you, it is. All right. I just see a lot of intimacy. See? You could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus coming to this, and you are going to extend an offer to the Pisces. Yeah, it's the beginning. You guys are going to have, it says outgoing, creative. You guys are going to have a lot of fun together. You're going to be so happy that you did it. That's all I see. It's going to be worth it. It also shows there's going to be lots of love. All right. 10 of, yeah, there's a completion. There's a completion that the Pisces is completing. And or if you were with this Pisces, you guys could be completing a cycle together, and it shows lots of love making, because I hear like, I don't want to force it no more. You know, this could have been something that you were waiting on. Yeah, I knew it. 4 of Wands. I see you being there for each other. So this is a new love experience for both of you. You both could have been through things in the past. Maybe you didn't. I don't think you've been through the same things. But it's a new opportunity of love. It's equal give and take. It's equal give and take. And what is the shadow side of the Pisces that you need to be aware of? Oh. It says happy and single. Maybe this person maybe this Pisces will take a, their shadow side is dating. Like dating and being too focused on their singlehood. Being too focused on their singlehood and dating and too focused on their career that you may feel as if they don't have space for you, but they are making space, and they can struggle with anxiety. They can have a lot on their plate. They struggle with feelings. They close off under pressure. When they have strong emotional feelings, they shut down completely. All right. And I just see you guys making love a lot. A lot of romance, a lot of love making. That's what I see for June. For June, July, and August, you're gonna be fine. Let's see the outcome. Ooh, oh, this just fell. Look how it fell. Look, all these cards just fell. Going with the flow, love, new energy, and success and growth. So you have a lot of success and growth. A new love cycle that's gonna open up for you in a Pisces. I see commitment. And what is your advice? I hear stay on track, stay focused, don't fold under pressure. You are loving yourself the right way right now. Nobody can hold you back. So you're loving yourself the right way, and you are going to connect to somebody that is loving themselves the right way. All right. It also says you weren't asking for too much in the past. You were just asking the wrong people. So be prepared for a new cycle of love where you get your needs met. Love and light.